Is everything working?
I don't see us on there.
Well, it's on there. It's showing that it's live. Let me get out of here for a second and go back to it. Yeah, there we are. Okay. It's got such a bad delay when I'm looking at it on here. It's so weird. You guys can hear us okay, right?
Right.
Can you guys give me a 5x5 or something to see if it's working okay? I'm going to assume that it's fine. Okay.
Yep, 5x5.
Okay, good. Okay. So today we're going to talk about Lone Wolf versus Mag, but before we get into that, I wanted to tell you guys a little story. You guys, and well, first let me thank you guys for being here. Chaos Prepper and 300 Survival. Thank you so much. Ooh, I just kicked it. Sorry. Thank you so much for being here. First thing, you know, we've been having that water issue. I keep wanting to look at this screen. It's so weird looking up there. I don't know. Okay, I'm a little nervous again. Okay. We've been having the water issues because that Takis company came through and messed everything up.
Putting in the fiber optics.
Putting in the fiber optics, and they broke they broke a pipe, and then they had to fix that, and when they fixed it, they screwed everything up. Well, tomorrow actually is 3 weeks of dealing with this. We finally got like all the toilets working and showers and everything. They had to put in a new hot water heater, because they had screwed that one up so much because it had so much junk in it. Well, we have a sprinkler system outside, and that is not, nothing's coming out. It's like all gunked up too and stuff. And so they told me that they would be here this morning. Okay, so we're sitting here waiting again all day. And then like 1:30 comes around and somebody texts me and says, well, the guys were over there in the morning, but you weren't there. And I was like, no, I've been home all day long. And he's like, okay, well, let me find out what's going on. So he told them to go back over. And now it's about 2 o'clock or something. And he texts me and says, or calls me, I guess this time, and says that they're outside your house, but nobody's answering. And I walk outside and I'm like, nope, there's nobody here and stuff. Well, he gave them the wrong address. So that's why nobody was there when they did. It was down the street somewhere. And I'm also finding out that they have a lot of fixing of people's water to do. Apparently, even in just this neighborhood, because they were out fixing some other neighbors' water too. So I don't know why they're screwing everything up so bad. This is gotta be costing them a ton of money to do. I mean, they had to put in a whole new water heater in our house. Plus they were over here like so many days in a row. But today, so then they finally came over here, and I was pretty agitated and pretty upset at this particular point because I've been sitting here all day waiting. And we were gonna go to the range after they were done with everything. So he was wearing his holster and has pistol on him and stuff. Mind you, we're in Texas. We're in our house, first of all. This is our property, our land. And there were 4 of them that came over.
I had a shoulder holster and another one on my hip.
And apparently they got freaked out by that, and they just took off and left.
Well, before they took off and left, I figured that was what the problem was. So I went inside and took everything off and went back out to the control panel for the water system. And I said, well, come on, I'll show you. And
they wouldn't listen to us. I tried talking to us. They only spoke in Spanish. They didn't understand English, and they couldn't speak it. And I'm like trying to explain to them what's going on the best I can. I mean, I know a little, like un poquito español, not very much. So it was just really hard trying to understand each other and stuff. But then all of a sudden, all 4 of them got in their vehicle and left. And the guy messaged me, or I messaged him. I said, what is the deal? Because these guys just left, didn't say anything to us or anything. They're like, well, because you were wearing a gun and you seemed agitated. And I was like, okay, first of all, he took it off because he thought that was a problem. But second of all, this is my house, my property. 4 guys coming over here, I don't know them from anybody. Who knows what they could have been doing? And he's like, Well, they left because they got scared. And I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, when you come back tomorrow, my husband might be at the gym. I said, I'm going to be carrying about 6 knives and a pistol on me because I don't trust people. I have to take care of myself and make sure that I'm fine. So I gave him a heads up and warned him and said, hey, that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow because, you know, you send 4 people over here. I don't know what's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? So I found it very interesting that they were scared like that because we were agitated. I mean, if they would have been here on time, maybe I wouldn't have been agitated. But still.
Or if it was fixed 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because like I said, tomorrow is going to be 3 weeks on this, so
Michael G's
frustrating.
nice hats.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, we got some more people up in here. Wow, I'm just running my mouth and everything. I'm so sorry. Hey,
And,
Teresa Buchanan and Michael G. and Mary Miles. Who else came in here?
Well, Michael G says we're his favorite prepper couple.
Aw, thank you so much. Joni Friels, the Singing Beaverine. So, hey, everybody, welcome. And I was just kind of going on a rant about this whole water thing, if you guys missed it. So, sorry about that. But, and also, like I said, it'll be 3 weeks tomorrow. So, tomorrow they're supposed to be coming back to try to do, to fix the sprinkler again. Whether they actually do, I don't know. But staying home it's been driving me crazy. I can't go.
I'll be
I
right
can't
back.
do anything that I got to do. And then one of the guys said that he was going to pay us for our inconvenience, $100 a day for the inconvenience. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that'll be a pretty decent. No, he's going to give me $400 tomorrow after the work is all done. I'm like, wait a minute, you're going to pay me after your work? I said, that doesn't even make sense why you have to do the work first. It's not like we're working for you or something, you know what I mean? I'm like, you can't just bring it by now, but the fact that they're only going to pay for 4 days instead of the whole amount is kind of crappy too. I mean, it's better than nothing. But in this internet company, the least that they could do is offer to give us like free internet for like 6
Them
months
shorts,
or
though?
something.
Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten up.
Oh, they were talking about your shorts. I'm wearing shorts too, but it looks okay with us.
Well, when I sat down, I didn't intend on getting up, but I realized I forgot something.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so now that little rant is over, but like I said, I mean, who would have thought that people would be like literally scared like that they just get in their vehicle and take off? And one of the guys said, well, we had a problem with someone one time or something. And I'm sitting here thinking, you had a problem with one person and you keep screwing up this bad? Well, that's not bad at all, because you're pretty lucky that you've only had problems with one person, tell you the truth. But
I was really, I've done a hot water heater before, replaced it. But I've never done one in an attic on a 2-story house.
yeah, our hot water heater is up in the attic, and I am just thankful that they had to redo it. They had to take that one out and put the other one in, because I don't think there's any way that we could have done that. We would have had to hire someone to do it or something, because they're pretty heavy, and then getting it all the way up the stairs and everything, it would have been difficult.
It's kind of like I used to go to the gym a lot, and I'm going back to the gym a lot now. I replaced one at the house on the ground floor.
Hey, Katrinka, thank you. She said, love the hats.
And the hot water heater was so messed up. I couldn't drain the water out of it, and I was manhandling it, and it tipped over and fell against me, up against the dryer, and I was like, and then I finally was able to put it back off and get it out in the garage, and then I started, wait a minute, that's a 50-gallon water heater. Water's about 7 pounds per gallon.
Yeah, we should have somehow drained the water from it or something before trying to move that. That was crazy. But
Yeah.
that was what, 6 years ago or something, 5 or 6 years ago. So that was a while ago. But yeah, and he hasn't been able to go to the gym lately. He's starting to go again, but because of his hands, his surgery, and then his Achilles.
The Achilles hadn't slowed me down, but I couldn't. I laid off the gym for 4 weeks after my Achilles tendon,
the carpal tunnel.
carpal tunnel surgery.
Yeah, so. Okay, so what else is going on? I guess the main thing because now I'm going to get off that tangent there that I was on. All this was happening today. I'm like, wait, we got to talk about this today because these people are not, they're not going to believe that seriously we've had this much trouble with this for this long. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But
I tried to drain the hot water heater, hooked up the hose to the drain, and nothing would come out. It was so clogged up.
yeah, I'm kind of worried about these sprinkler systems actually. They think that they're just going to readjust the spray or something, but nothing is coming out of them. So this is going to be a bigger project than what they're thinking that it's going to be because the whole things are all clogged up. And we had a water softener too, and when they came to redo everything and fix it and stuff, and they said that they have to disconnect the water softener or we can't use it, that they messed it up too bad and stuff. So we're out the money of the water softener too. So they've done a whole lot of damage to this place. So I hope and pray none of you guys live anywhere where they're trying to put this fiber optics internet in your place because you might have some issues with it. I don't know, because apparently a couple other people down here have been having issues with their stuff too. So I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, somebody said it looks kind of like a Carl hat.
Oh, yeah.
My father was Army officer, armor, tanks, and he was in the 7th Cav at one point, and this is kind of in memory of him.
Hey, Bamagen. Glad you could make it. It's okay to be late. I'm just glad there's some people in here. I was a little bit nervous, actually, because I just decided to throw this up and do this kind of at a late minute and stuff and didn't let anybody know, so. But thank you for being here. Okay, so the main part of the video is going to be kind of like about Lone Wolf versus Mag. I know this is kind of a hot topic because a lot of people have different thoughts about this, so go ahead and leave comments too, you know, what you guys think about what we say. I think one of the hardest things to determine by joining, well, full disclosure, we're not in a mag. We have ourselves and our 2 kids. So that's kind of, I mean, I guess it's a small mag, but it's not really a good enough mag. I think a mag size should be around 8 to 10 people, I think is kind of like the sweet spot. I mean, if you have too many, could be bad because you're going to run low on resources. If you have too few, depends on the situation, what's going on. I think you'll have less people. You've got to sleep. So, you know, it's kind of hard when there's only a few people in your mag to be able to sleep and watch and protect and everything like that. Plus, if you start running out of food and stuff, you're not going to have enough people to scavenge to, I mean, it's funny that they mentioned a Carl hat because I was going to kind of be referencing The Walking Dead a little bit in this too. Not the zombie portion of it, but just The Walking Dead. I don't know. I think most of you guys have probably seen it. If not, you should definitely try to watch it. I didn't want to watch it at first. It took me a while before I finally was like, yeah, and now I'm on my 2nd time watching it. But the thing that's most interesting to me in it is the people and the way the groups interact and how like their little groups become like just like family, just so close and tight and stuff like that. But watching how different groups react, like you've got Negan and the Saviors, how they handle things versus, you know, Rick and his group are supposed to be good guys, but to me, sometimes some of the things, they're not necessarily super good on what they do either. I mean, they go ahead and just kill just to be killing sometimes, and even though some people can be saved, but do you want to risk that? I guess that's kind of the next thing, you know, do you want to risk that type of thing? So, but let's see, what was I gonna say? Do you have anything you want to add to this yet or anything?
Well, talking about the size of the mag, in my opinion, you have to have somebody awake 24 hours a day. I think the bare minimum you need is 4 because that means every person has a 6-hour shift.
But then also you have to make sure that these 4 people you trust a lot, where they're not going to fall asleep on their shift or something either. So,
Well, so like I said,
yeah.
bare minimum 4. You don't want them to have an 8-hour shift; they'll get too tired. Uh, I'd say the sweet spot is 6 hours. Actually, I think 8 people would be better, where you can have 2 people up at all
Michael G
times.
says lone wolf all day.
Yeah, the only problem with that is you got to sleep sometime.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. I think there's a lot more lone wolf people than there are mag, and I think one of the reasons is because of trust issues. Preppers just naturally are not as trusting of other people, or you do trust once and then they screw you over, and then you're like, okay, I'm not going through that again.
I mean,
know?
it's the sleep part. Somebody could sneak up on me when I sleep.
Right, unless you're a really good lone wolf and you're like way out somewhere where there just isn't anybody around or something, and you're able to really, really hide well
Yeah.
and stuff. The problem is, one of the cons
Set
to
up
being,
noisemakers where if they get close to you, it'll make noise.
yeah, kind of like they did in The Walking Dead for the zombies and stuff, little traps and stuff, which actually that's a good idea for people too and stuff. I think one of the biggest cons, though, for a lone wolf is that you kind of need to be a jack of all trades. If it's just you, you need to know medical, you need to know how to hunt, you need to know how to fish. I mean, just all the different things. If you've got a group of people, then some will have specialties in different areas that can help you out.
But also being a lone wolf,
I
Yep.
guess we should have done this into a debate, because you seem
Yeah,
like
true.
you're like more on the lone wolf side or something, and I'm giving cons and stuff for it. I think that would have been good, I guess, to put
I guess
up
so.
to set it into a debate between the two and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like I said, we're not in a mag, so we kind of are lone wolf, but
Right.
at least there's 2 of us plus our 2 kids. So in a way, it's like a really small mag, and I think most people in chat, and most people probably have that type of a mag where it's like close family and stuff. So I don't know. Would you call that a mag, or would you just call that lone wolf?
I'd call it a mag.
Would you? Okay.
And one of the things is, one thing about a lone wolf is whoever you're with, if you're not a lone wolf, that person might get you killed if they make stupid mistakes.
Yeah. See, people can be assets, but they also can be liabilities if they're not trained well. That's why everybody in your mag should know how to shoot and should shoot well. They should have training in lots of different things. Maybe somebody knows how to grow vegetables really well and have a garden. Well, then you need to train everybody else in the group too, because also if something happens to that one person and they can't do whatever, then someone else can fall on that too. But being a lone wolf, that means you're going to have to know and do every single thing for yourself. It's okay for short term. It would be okay short term, but long term, it's going to wear you out.
I talked to a Vietnam veteran that was Special Forces, that he volunteered for Special Forces because his reasoning was that if he went to battle, he wanted to be with other people that their training level was high, and his other people wouldn't get him killed.
Yeah. That's one of the main things, is that you need to make sure everybody knows how to do everything that we're saying, though, really depends on the situation and what kind of SHTF it is, though, too. You know?
You ever hear Army call replacements grunts? That's acronym. It's GRUNTS.
Yeah.
No, UNT. Yeah, whatever. Round replacement, usually not trained.
Yeah. Okay. Also, if you want to join a mag and you haven't yet, there's some things I feel maybe to be careful about. definitely, if they don't vet you at all, like they don't ask you any questions about it, or they're just contacting you out of the blue, be a little hesitant on that because every good mag would want to know some information about you, like what's your specialties, that kind of thing. But on the flip side, beware too if people are asking you, like, what do you have? And like they want to know everything exactly. What do you have? How many guns do you have? How much ammo? How much, how much food do you have and stuff like that.
I know.
Yeah, don't ever give any specifics on that type of thing. Just say, yeah, I'm fine. I could contribute to the group or something like that. But just, yeah, be careful on those kind of things. And if you have a bad feeling about it, like just trust your gut, trust your instinct, because a lot of times it's trying to tell you, to be aware of a certain circumstance and stuff. What's going on in chat? I'm just sitting here running my mouth again.
Yeah, different people with different skills, like say 300, a doctor, a nurse, mechanic.
Hey, USA Prepping. Good to see you. Yeah, Teresa said, like, she likes the way that Native Tribe explained it. A small mag of super close people and a mutual assistance network where others aren't in your house but close enough to offer short-term assistance. Yeah, yeah, that's really good. And I think that's the best way to do is to have like close family, really good friends that you trust, things like that in a mag. I think sometimes it's a little bit more difficult when, just like 50 people in it and you don't even know really any of them or something. It makes it difficult. Also, if things need to get done, when you have a big mag, you're going to probably have a leader, but then you're going to have people that are trying to fight maybe to be leader or something. Or when you guys need to decide on doing something, it can take longer because you've got all these people that are saying, no, I don't want to do it that way, do it this way or whatever. If you're just, a close couple people and stuff, then it's easier to make decisions and could be quicker and could save your life, making them quick like that too.
Yeah. Well, you got to build up a trust for each other in the group.
Yeah, and that could take a while to do, even like on The Walking Dead and stuff. Some of them I remember saying, I can't even remember right now who. I think like Michonne and Andrea, it took them a minute to be able to trust each other and stuff, and then they became like really close and stuff. It's just people come from different backgrounds, and so that's going to make it a little bit difficult too, because not everybody's going to agree with everybody or see things the same, and it's just going to make things a little bit more difficult to do.
Yeah.
So what are you guys thinking here then? Are most of you guys lone wolf then, or are you mags?
See you, Teresa. She's going to go make dinner.
Okay, bye. Yeah, Michael G said don't join a mag if you can't leave if you aren't satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't leave a mag, then it's kind of almost a cult instead of a mag, and that's a
major red flag for me.
Yeah, exactly. Need to be able to come in and go out and not give up all of your stuff either. If they want you to like leave it all right here or something, be like, nope, that's okay. I'll just take my stuff and go back my way or whatever. So just need to be careful. Joni says no mag. Bamagen says mag for us, but it's mostly family members. Yeah. It seems like most people are just family members is kind of what their little mags are, and they're kind of small. Some people have extended family like kids and then grandkids and then spouses and things like that, but it seems like most people aren't doing just random people or anything like that they don't know.
Yeah, you got to vet them, get to know them.
Yeah, if you are interested or want someone to join your mag, or you think something about, now is the good time to vet people and see how they are when everything is as normal as it is now. I mean,
Yeah.
before complete SHTF, because the last thing you want to do is be in a group and then realize those people are just not going to make it. It's just going to be really hard, and fighting in your group and stuff is never good. You need to be able to have a certain leader or something and be able to just get things done. Hey, James Jenkins, good to see you. As long as people have food on the table and roof over their head, they're not gonna join anybody. Yeah. Yeah, I think if we were to get into something, not necessarily a zombie apocalypse, but something where there's kind of like The Walking Dead, where there's no societal breakdown and all that, I think that mags will happen at that point later on, because that's what happened a lot in there too. The people just joined up after a while and stuff like that. I think that's when more things will happen, because you'll realize, especially if it's something that bad that's going to last for a really long time, people are going to realize that they just can't do it all by themselves, or they're starting to run out of food and supplies and stuff. And,
Bad thing about the mag is more mouths to feed.
yeah, that's a big con. You're going to more mouths to feed and more resources, whether it be whatever the resources are, you're going to go through it a lot more. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's hard to say which is really right. I mean, you just need to do what's good for yourself. But I think most of the time, I think family is probably all you should do. The other thing is too, what if someone comes, and this is not really about mags or anything, but what if someone comes to your door that's got kids or something and says that they're hungry? Are you gonna tell them you don't have any food, or are you gonna feed them?
That's a hard one.
And it's a really hard one, because you don't want to be heartless, but then again, if you were to give them stuff, are they going to keep coming back, or are they going to tell other people about it?
Exactly.
And then
That's
and we're both Christians, so this kind of makes it a little bit more difficult for us to determine what to do in a situation like that,
Like you
because
said,
you're
that's-
taught that you're supposed to help others when you can and do what you can for others, but then also you don't know if they're going to just try to rob you and take all of your stuff either. So
maybe they're testing you and see if you have extra food, and then they go back to their marauder group and say they have food. Let's go.
yeah, what would you guys do in a situation like that? Would you guys just, give out like a bucket of food and say, "Hey, here, this is all I got," or something? Or would you just tell them you don't have anything? I mean, I'm curious to know what you guys would actually do in this situation. Hey, Tiger454, good to see you.
Well, yeah, somebody see what they have to bring to the table. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's be kind of like a barter system. What can you
I
give
think
me?
barter might be a big time thing in total collapse and stuff. It'll be really big time. So having barter things that you don't mind, trading is something good to have in your preps and stuff like that.
And a barter.
Tiger said they'll tell him to move along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really personal. I mean, you'd have to decide what you would do for yourself, but it just, I don't know. I have a really soft heart, and it can get me into trouble sometimes and stuff, because I want to always help people, do what I can. I'm hoping to win the lottery so I can buy John from Prepper Nation a bunker. Because I told him I'd give him a bunker when I won the lottery, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping so. But and then I'll buy a big community for all the Beaverines, and we'll just move into like a big community together. So that will be cool. But
Oh, the bunkhouse.
oh, they barter homemade bread for eggs. Well, that's awesome, because egg prices and stuff right now, so that's really cool.
And bartering could be labor as well as product.
Yeah, that's what Michael G said. Work in my yard property in exchange for food and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, definitely. Labor can be a really, really good barter item because you might not,
Uh-huh.
you know, be able to do all the stuff or whatever and just have someone come in and do it for you, and that'll save you from having to do something. As long as you can trust them to be wherever you're putting them and to know, then they're going to know some of the stuff you have. So that's the only downside to
Yep.
it, is you have to be careful. Make sure you don't have too much stuff out around them, or that you can trust whoever's coming in. Oh, I keep kicking the camera. Coming in to do it. So save the squirrels. James Junkin. John needs a bunker, coffee, and squirrel. Yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about, or I think we've pretty much been rambling on and on. Getting a little bit better at these lives. I still get a little bit nervous and stuff. You can tell by my little laugh that I do. I'm a little nervous, but but I don't know how John does it every morning. He talks for like over an hour and stuff, and 300 Survival does sometimes like 24-hour live streams, and I'm like, I can barely even do a half an hour without running out of things to say. It's kind of crazy.
You can make more notes.
Well, yeah, that too, but I don't want to, I don't know. I didn't know how long all this would take to talk about, but I talk really fast sometimes. Anything else you guys want to talk about or anything? Oh, thank you. 300 Survival, so we're doing good. All right, well, I think, I don't know if Caveman James is going on tonight. Does anyone know if he's doing a live tonight or not? So maybe I'll go ahead and get off of here so that we can do that. Yeah, 300 has a lot of good info, yes. Thank you, Joni. It was a great live stream. Oh, 300 said he's going live right after us. Oh, thank you, Michael G. And yeah, Bama Jen said she thinks he's going live at 8 o'clock, so, or 8 o'clock Central,
Yeah.
9 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, forget the time change thing.
Yep.
Okay then, guys, I guess that's going to be it for us. We're going to try to do these lives. I'd like to do at least 2 to 4 a week of them or something, so we can try to do a little bit better as we go and stuff. It's this whole YouTube thing is a really big learning curve, and it's not normal to just sit here and talk in front of a camera. It's kind of, it's a little strange. So trying to get better as I go and everything. At least this time I managed to get the things set up going the right way and everything. So that's good.
Like I'm thinking about putting something out about grief and what it says in the Bible about grief. Also, I might get into politics, talking about the Ten Commandments, the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, you want to do that on a live, or you want to just do a separate video on
I
it?
don't know, what do you think? What does everybody else think?
I think the lives, I think you guys like these lives, right? I mean, it's a good way for us all to sit and, chat back and forth and talk and stuff. So maybe we'll just do more lives and stuff like that.
Okay. That way I can get some feedback on what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think also I'm going to try to figure out some times and days and maybe stick to a schedule so that everybody knows, when we're going to do our live and stuff. But I want to try to not do it at the same time as other people. And it's really hard because it seems like everybody in the prepping community just wants to go live lately. And they're like doing them all the time and stuff. So it's kind of hard not to.
And I'd like to get in, I don't know if anybody in here would be interested in it or not, some lives where we can talk about firearms. My one in a, which is better, 9mm or 45?
Well, we can't do the AK or the AR thing because Bama Jen, she's in here. She's a big AK girl. So
After my heart.
Yeah, he is too. He likes the AK. I'm an AR, but
I'm wanting an RPK.
yeah. But yeah, we have both, but he's a big AK, so all right. So I guess we're going to go ahead and go. And thank you guys so much for being here. It's just wonderful to us that anybody would even show up for these lives.
thank you very
and
much.
Yes, I appreciate it so much. And hopefully sometime soon I'll hit like 250 subscribers. I think we might do another giveaway at 250. It'll be a
Okay.
small giveaway.
Okay.
So once we hit that, and then once we hit 500, so we're gonna just keep pushing. So I'm thinking maybe doing these lives might help get something going too. I don't know. I'm gonna try to put out a couple regular videos, but we'll try to do lives at least two times a week, if not more. So, because I really like doing these. Other than my nerves, I like doing them a lot. So
Maybe at some point I'll give away a hat.
that would be cool. Okay, then, guys. I guess that's gonna be it for us then. So you
Yep.
guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.